Pranam Swamiji.
Yes.
Today is the day when I'm blessed to be in your presence after many years of listening to you. I've come all the way from Florida. My name is Gautam, and I'm humbled to be in your presence. And please, I'm asking your blessings to show me the way between the reflected consciousness and Aham Brahmasmi. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. This quest is the most precious thing in our lives. We are all here, we are united by one thing. We have a quest. We are all spiritual seekers. Some may be devotees, some may be interested in non-dual Vedanta, some may be more interested in meditation, some may be interested in doing good to the world. But we all have a spiritual quest. Some may be Hindus, some may be Christians, Muslims, whatever. Some may be atheists or spiritual but not religious. There are many such in America, especially these days. But we all are spiritual, and that's common. We all have a spiritual quest. One form it takes is the Vedantic inquiry. And there this question arises. How do you go from the reflected consciousness to I am Brahman? What that means is the teaching of Advaita Vedanta is that you are that ultimate reality. There is one ultimate reality which is existence, consciousness, bliss, which appears as this entire universe and therefore non-dual, because one reality appearing as many. The many are not separate from that one. So there is no second reality apart from that one. Hence non-dual. Where is this non-dual reality? What good does it do? If you realize that I am that non-dual reality, then all your problems are at an end, at a deep philosophical level. They won't pay off your debts or bills, or, they will not cure disease. That is the way of the world. But it will no longer matter to you. You will be able to cope with all the problems in the world and yet be centered and peaceful and fulfilled all the time. Obviously, because this non-dual reality, it's immortal. It's not born with the birth of the body, does not die with the death of the body. And hence, if I say I am that Brahman, if I realize that, I will also clearly see that I cannot die. That non-dual reality itself appears as this universe. So the non-dual reality is consciousness, it's one light. Then this universe is also one light. There is no darkness anywhere. That non-dual reality is fulfillment, what is called Ananda, Purnatvam, completeness. I am that completeness. Then there is no incompleteness, no dukkha, no suffering, no dissatisfaction anywhere. I'm just translating one of the most sublime things, claims for Vedanta, which I heard from a sadhu. He said, Kahin koi mrityu nahi Mahatma ji, kahin koi jadata nahi, kahin koi dukh nahi. What a beautiful thing to say. There is no death anywhere, O monk. There is no darkness anywhere. There is no sorrow anywhere. When? You might say, after you become enlightened. No, right here, right now. It's already a fact. Isn't it worthwhile to realize that? There's nothing more worthwhile. Nothing even comes close to that. Now, where is this wonderful thing? It says it's you. It's very close to you. Indeed, it is you. Me. What me? How is it me? Not you the body. Not you the mind. You the consciousness. That's the teaching. But the moment the teacher says you the consciousness, then this question comes. Because we already know what consciousness means. We have at least a kind of working idea. Yes, we all feel aware. Who doesn't feel aware? We all feel aware. We all feel conscious. We know what the word consciousness means more or less in English or in our native languages. And what we mean by consciousness, what that word means in English or in our native languages, is what Vedanta calls reflected consciousness. Chit chaya, the shadow of consciousness. The reflection of consciousness, chidabhasa, the appearance of consciousness. It is not the non-dual Brahman which Vedanta talks about. Rather, it's like its reflection. You have come close. You have come close. It's as close as looking at your face in the mirror. I'm trying to experience my own face. And the closest I've come is I see the reflection. That is my face. Yes and no. That's not your face. That's a reflection in the mirror. If you go and touch that, you will not touch your face. You will just touch glass, which is catching a reflection, generating a reflection. The consciousness that we feel is like that reflection. And as that reflection is very, very close, intimately close to your real face, so is the consciousness that we feel now, intimately close to our real nature as Satchidananda, the existence consciousness place, Brahman. As the journey from that reflected face to our real face, so is the journey from this reflected consciousness to the non-dual consciousness which I am. What is the journey? First of all, you have to find out what's the relationship between the real face and the reflected face. What's the connection? You'll have to say, no connection. Listen to this carefully. No connection from the perspective of the real face and the reflection. The real face is not bothered with the reflection. Do you understand what I mean? Let the reflection be there. The real face is just the same. Let the reflection not be there. The real face is just the same. Let the reflection be there in a distorted mirror, concave, convex. You've seen the trick mirrors. The face becomes like this, face becomes like this. The real face is just the same. Go to a barber shop. You're surrounded by mirrors. There'll be 10,000 reflections. The real face is just the same. So the real face has no connection with the reflection. No relationship with the reflection. So non-dual Brahman has no relationship with the reflected consciousness. However, this is very subtle. The reflected face has a relationship with the real face. The reflected face is a kind of a borrowing from the real face. Is a kind of imitation, a channeling of the real face. These are words used in different schools of Vedanta which try to understand this mystery. Pratibimbavada, Avachedavada, Abhasavada, 3 main schools are there. What is the relationship of the reflected consciousness with the ultimate reality? Ultimate reality with the reflected consciousness? No relation. But why do I feel related to the reflected consciousness? Remember, what is the reflected consciousness? Reflected consciousness shines in the mind. And the reflected consciousness is connected to everything in the mind. And the mind is connected to everything in the body. The moment I think I am this reflected consciousness, I am also the mind and the body, automatically. If you think you are the reflected face, you are immediately connected to the mirror. And then the dust on the mirror also will affect you. A crack on the mirror also will affect you. So, what is the connection? Why do I feel that? And the answer is stupidity. Sadhu said, Bevkufi matra hai Mahatma ji. It is what Vedanta calls ajnana, ignorance. And to chip away at that ignorance is to listen to these Vedanta teachings, to begin to draw our attention away from the body to the mind, from the mind to the reflected consciousness. From the reflected consciousness, the reflected face, from there turning this way. That final turning it can't be done by anybody else. You'll have to do it yourself. Their words will fail, thoughts will fail. Up to reflected consciousness, words can work, our thoughts and understanding can work, we can locate it also. Ask yourself the question, to whom or to what does this reflection appear? There's no way of answering. Don't try to answer it in words. Just notice it in reality. Notice it in reality. Here is the body. I'm aware of it. Here is the mind. Thoughts, feelings, emotions. I'm aware of it. Here is the awareness itself. I am aware. That is also an experience. To whom or what is that experience? If you try to pursue it, you will come to a quietness, a blankness. That quietness or blankness is also appearing to something. It's an experience after all. To what is that quietness or blankness appearing? If you push back further, you will get it. There's no words which can express it. What you get, drop that also. Because there will be an element of the mind there. There's a speck of the mind still working there, which you are using for your investigation. Drop that also. As you can see, there is nothing to be said at that point. Yes. Thank you.